Hello everyone, Leah here. In today's video, I have a fun little art supply unboxing. And if you are not new here, you will already know that I did one before the beginning of summer. And I said these were the only supplies I'd be buying all summer. But you may also already know that I have a problem, okay? I'm addicted to buying art supplies. My color collection is never complete, and I honestly just needed to replenish a couple of items, and in the process of doing so, I decided to add more items to cart because when you're paying shipping, it makes more sense to add more items than one thing to the cart. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, so in today's art supply boxing, I have a bunch of markers and some other fun, cute things I want to just share with you and show you. So first off, let's just go over all the paper supplies here. I am replenishing my sketchbook because I have completed this one here. I actually ordered this a few weeks ago, knowing that I was a few pages away from finishing my sketchbook, and I absolutely have enjoyed and loved using this. So for the Art Creations sketchbook, I use it as my junk sketchbook. I do a little bit of everything in here. You know, I'll spend a day examining a flower. I will just have a 15-minute quick drawing in front of the TV. I will do color studies. I will just mess around with things. So I really enjoyed just having this sketchbook on hand. So I definitely replenished it, and I got the bigger one as well because I've been really enjoying getting back into using larger formats for creating. And because I loved putting my own stickers on top of here, I wanted to support other sticker artists, and I placed an order with 3 different Etsy shops to grab a few of their stickers. So I'm going to list down the sticker shops here so you can check them out. But because I'm also a huge reader, mine are mostly book themed. So if you're like me, you may like them. So I've got several of these that I'm going to decorate my sketchbooks with, and I'm super excited to do that. Not too sure where I'm going to put this. You know what? I'm going to move this over my desk. My space right now, my table, my art table, is covered in stuff. So there's no safe area to put something. This here is colored paper. I miss painting on a already colored surface when I used to do that with my acrylic paint, and I don't feel comfortable doing that with my gouache because you can re-wet it by placing paint down on top of it. So I decided to buy colored paper and paint with it. Now I'm an impatient human being, so I was waiting for these to arrive before I showed everybody what this is. So I've already done some stuff. This one here is the first thing that I painted on the colored paper, and I absolutely love it. Like, I just love how the colors pop, and I enjoyed my time while doing this. And I think this paper, even though it's technically for like dry media, because it's a Canson, it's their core line, so it's only 92 pounds or 150 GSM paper. I think it handled the gouache really well. Now, I don't use super watered down gouache, so it's a little bit on the thicker, creamier side, and I think it didn't warp or do anything weird. Kind of hard to show that, I think, but yeah, I really like how, I just loved this paper. Now I also ordered 2 sheets of 20 by 26, so I can't really show you the other one because it just won't fit on the screen, but I decided to make my own sketchbook out of them because they're really big. So I folded it and pasted, and I've been really enjoying using this. as a fun way to just unwind, be messy, let my mind clear while doing abstract, you know, little creations. So I absolutely love it. I even, you know, gave it a cover. So if you want to know how I made this, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll make a video with the other piece of paper and show you how I created this. Okay, there. And then I have these items here. Whew. I also want to apologize on the lighting, just in case it's not that great. It's a dark and gloomy day today, and I just don't have the energy to put my studio lights on and everything. So we're just using my normal lights in the studio versus extra lighting. I hope it works out. Okay. Just gonna move all this stuff away so I can get at my paint. And then put this back in the box. Sheesh. You know, I ordered these items from Jackson's, and I really like that they have eco packaging and shipping, but there is some flaws to the system. And one of them is the way that my items were packaged. So those were in a box, as you saw, but it was in a folded packaging, and these were just loose inside. And honestly, I feel like if the package had been bent a certain way, one of these markers could have easily like fallen through like the corner bit and just been like, boop, gone. So I feel the need to actually make sure they're all here. So I'm gonna check that in a minute. But what I've done, the supplies that I've ordered are the ones that I have been using a lot of, and I wanted to expand on the colors that I have. So I work in my sketchbooks primarily with markers, colored pencils, and gouache. That's it. That's what I use now. And I replenished. Wow. Oh, sorry. Okay, so I didn't get a lot of sleep last night. We had thunderstorms and my dog doesn't like them. So I'm gonna blame my brain fog on that and not on chronic illness, because that can also cause brain fog. If you know, you know. So I'm replenishing a zinc white. I don't like how the Holbein, they only do the permanent white in the big one that I can find. And I don't know if that's just for me here in Canada, but yeah, I wanted a larger zinc white to go along with my permanent white. So I grabbed one from the Dollar Rowney line, and then because I needed just one item, shipping this from England is just ridiculous. So I decided to add more items, hence the continuation of adding more colors to my marker collection as well as my gouache. Technically, you don't need all these colors. I just wanted them. I'm recording a video. I can't remember where I was. Anyways, let's just dive right into swatching all these colors and seeing how they look on my sketchbook. I'm a firm believer in swatching on the materials that you use. That didn't make any sense. Did that sentence make sense? Oh my goodness, this is such a chaotic video. No, I'm a firm believer in swatching your colors on the paper that you use the most. So I'm gonna open up my Royal Talons and we're gonna swatch all these out, and then I'm going to compare some of them because I've got this linden green as a Hail Mary of an idea because I absolutely love chartreuse as a green, but I'm also lazy for mixing. and I purchased what I thought was going to be a great chartreuse color from Dollar Rowney, but it's neon green. This is like neon green. And now that I'm looking at this printed label from ShinHan Pass's line, it looks like neon green. So, okay, I'm a little nervous now. But yeah, so I will swatch everything. Let's get into swatching. Oh my goodness, I forgot to mention that I bought an iridescent copper gouache. How does that even work? You know, with watercolors, I can understand. With this, I don't know. This is gonna be interesting. Okay, back at it. Alrighty, at this point, I'm switching over to voiceover Leah. And I'm gonna go over and show you all the colors as I swatch them. And then we will take a closer look at them after everything's dried. All right, the first one that I'm swatching here is the cadmium yellow from the Gold Faber. It is a nice, vibrant yellow color. Then we have the dark chrome yellow for the Pitt Artist brush pen. And it has kind of this nice orange tinge to it, and I really like using both these two yellows together. Next up is the orange glaze. I originally thought the orange glaze would actually be a softer color, but this is quite bright and vibrant. Up next is scarlet red. Now this one here surprised me. I thought it was going to be a deep dark color, but it's actually quite soft. I would call it more like a soft tangerine. It's orangey and red. It's very beautiful. I use it a lot actually. Now this pink here is just pale pink for the Gold Faber Aqua Dual. Another beautiful pink color. Love it so much. Now we are looking at the oh shoot, sorry, I have them in the wrong hand. This here is purple. Nope, sorry, bright magenta. No, magenta bright. Oh my goodness, I'm sorry. It was bright magenta bright. You know what? I can't get this sentence out of my mouth. The one that's swatching right now is purple. And it's quite purple. And this one here is light violet. It reminds me a lot about the lavender color that I have, so it's a little disappointing, but at the same time, I really like it. As for this blue, it's Indothrone blue. No, sorry, Indothrene blue, if that's the proper pronunciation. It's a nice deep blue. And the one that's up on the screen right now is cobalt blue. It's a really nice color. With markers, with doing cobalt blue and ultramarine blue, I find they're never as vibrant as I want them to be, but it's still a very beautiful color. And this one here is sky blue. It's so soft, muted. It's a really nice blue to have on hand. The green that I'm swatching right now is chromium green opaque. It's soft, earthy. It's a great color if you love doing a lot of nature. And this one here is the permanent green olive. And it does remind me a lot of like that classic olive green paint color. First up, we are going to be swatching bright red. It's BR1 and PR48-1 for pigments. It's from ShinHan Pass. The next color is rose from ShinHan. It's BV11-1 and BV7 for the pigments. Next up is the blue gray from ShinHan Pass. It's PB15-3 and PB29. And then this one here is Dollar Rowney. Their cerulean hue. Has no pigment information on the bottle from what I can see. And then the next one is ShinHan Pass's Linden Green, which is PG7 and PW6. Okay, at this point, I am just testing out the white paint that I bought from Dollar Rowney, which is zinc. It should be quite transparent when you put it down. I've found that with my other brand, it doesn't matter really how much of the white I use. It's always, you can see the pencil behind it. So I wanted to really test that out here. And this here is the Daniel Smith Iridescent Copper. It uses mica and PW20 for the color mixture. Now for the white and this color, we're just going to switch over to Livelier. Before I zoom in and show you all the colors swatched up close, I just want to go over a couple of things. First off, this here is the saffron green from Dollar Rowney that came out as a neon green. This one here is the linden green from ShinHan Pass. Very similar. This one still has that more of a neon-y feeling, but when it's diluted a bit, it does get closer to the kind of color that I'm going for. So I feel like if I mixed this one, I'm gonna have to try first mixing the two to see if there really is a difference between adding some yellows to it to get that chartreusey green color that I love. But this just feels like a more whiter mix version than this one. So that happened. Also, that's just a me thing, right? I'm trying to replace and find a convenient color versus having to mix it. And along that journey of buying colors, I'm just finding that I'm not exactly finding the right one. But I do want to point out one thing. With anything like watercolors or gouache, you can have liquid binder that just isn't mixed properly or separates in the bottle, in the tube happen. And that happened with the linden green. So when I first poured it out, I got quite a bit of binder, liquid binder, which is fine because that's happened to me for a couple of the colors. But this one here is the one I want to bring attention to. So where did I just put it? The Daniel Smith Iridescent Copper. This one was something that I was really excited to try because I was like, oh wow, a opaque, iridescent, shiny paint. That's awesome. Well, as soon as I opened the tube and I poured it out, liquid just started pouring out of it. I didn't even push on it to make it come out. And it just, I had so much liquid binder that this is already so disappointing. Like it just poured out and now there's like all this stuff gone. Another thing with gouache, it's a matte finish. That I recognize, but because it's an iridescent color, I was very much hoping that it would be kind of just like when you're using acrylic paint and you have an iridescent color. It's nice, shiny, and beautiful. And I'm not saying this doesn't have a bit of a sheen to it. It does, but it's not iridescent. It feels more like it's a, I don't know, a silky paint versus an actual shine that I would like. And these two here is me trying to still use the came out and it's all liquid binder to see if it's still, you know, salvageable, to me finally getting to actual, oops, it's still a little wet, to actual paint. So this is the difference. These are also, I just want to do some comparisons to do the gouache. Now I find the white zinc for the Dollar Rowney is a little bit more opaque than the zinc white for Holbein. So it just means I need to use less of it when doing my mixes. Hopefully it won't be an issue because the whole point of having a zinc white is that it's not as potent when mixing colors. So you can still have this happen when you're doing them versus this. Right? So less pastel-y, more still reduced in color but bright and vibrant. And that's what I got with the Holbein, where this is what I got with the Dollar Roundy. Okay, this was so disappointing. Also, side note, this one here has a weird funky smell, and that's never happened to me before with gouache. So I have a feeling like something's wrong with this tube, like something's gone wrong. Like it's expired or something. Like, do they have dates on them? I don't know, I can't find an expiry date. Anyways, I'm gonna reach out to Jackson's and just see what's up. Let's take a closer look at the colors themselves. Bright red on a cream paper has a nice warm color. This is what it looks like on white. And then the rose. Here are the two colors. As I'm looking at my camera, like the screen of my phone, I'm calling it a camera, but it's my phone. This doesn't look as vibrant as it does in person, but this is a nice, beautiful, vibrant, purpley color. Blue-gray, not exactly what I saw and was expecting, but it's still a really nice sky blue kind of color. And I think it would be great for doing like background color. So if I painted something and then I want to go around and edge it out, I think this would be a nice color to use for that. And this here is the cerulean blue. It's kind of like on the cooler green side of the blues, and I like it. So we'll see how that fits within my collection colors, because I thought I would like to expand my capabilities for mixing greens and things. And then obviously the linden green. This is what it looks like on white. All right, let's take a closer look at these colors. So for the Fabercastell Gold Faber Aqua Dual markers, I put a G, and then for the Pitt brush pens, I put a P. Oh, and this says magenta bright. I moved the bright over because I realized that just might not be legible. For the Indanthrene blue, I actually have that in the watercolor marker, and because I find it so inconvenient that the colors are different from the brush end and the bullet tip end, I decided to get this version from Faber-Castell, so I have the fine tip end, because I find I don't have color variation issues with these. And then here are the two greens. I fear they might look really similar on camera, but in person, this is kind of like a warmer earthy green, where this is a more vibrant synthetic-y green. Like this is a natural kind of green, and well, this is still kind of natural, but like, I don't know if I'm describing this right. Alrighty, so we've reached the end. Thank you so much for sticking through it to the end. I know there's been some chaotic moments, but 'tis be life. If there are any questions you have about the colors or the products that I'm using, let me know in the comment section below, and I'll get back to you. I feel like this got even more opaque between me just saying, hey, look how opaque it is, to now, like, what the fork? Anyways, see, chaotic. Thank you so much for watching this. If you have any recommendations for sticker artists or shops that sell stickers that you absolutely love, let me know. This sketchbook clearly had a lot of leftover space and it's in need of some more decorations. So you let me know in the comment section below if you have any favorite shops that I can check out. If you're interested in knowing more about watercolor markers, I have a link to one of the videos I have that I've made in the past where I compare the brands that I currently own, so you can see the differences between them. I'm also currently working on doing a review of the Faber-Castell Gold Faber Dual Aqua markers. So if you have any questions or things that you want to know about them, let me know in the comments section below as well, and I hope to get to answering those questions for you in that video. All right, one more time. Thank you so much for watching this, and until next time, stay magical.